who laughs at contractions though? Like who actually does that?
Not funny, but it hurts, and I want to laugh. Who laughs at contractions? Oh my goodness. I need to pee. Better hope ain't your water dang about to break. That would have been funny.
Now you tryna hit it. I'm on one and you did that. And now I'm back on my get back shit. Little bit.
Hey y'all, happy new year, happy 2018. Me a year before progression and prosperity. You know, you gotta keep going up. Go ahead and get you a snack because it's gonna be a long video. I'm telling you now, it's gonna be long. What does it say? Like 30 minutes, right? Go get you a snack. TBH, I actually wanted this to be my first video. Like, I actually wanted this to be my first video, but it wasn't. And now I'm finally recording it, and today is actually January 1st. And if you see my last video, you know that today is the anniversary of my mom's passing, and I'm actually expecting a niece today, so hopefully she comes to bring some light to this day. But you know, I thought, you know, I ended last year a little sad, finally telling my story of what happened, and this year I thought I'd start the year off with telling you guys how I brought my first child into this world. And it is a funny story. It's, well, personally I find it hilarious, so you know. So it all started on Saturday when my sister had got here the week before, I think like Wednesday or Tuesday, and obviously I was taking her around, let her see or whatever. And Saturday we went sightseeing in the area or whatever, and then we went for dinner and we're eating. We had a good old time. I think we went to Frankie's and Benny's or whatever, and I get up. No, I didn't even get up. I finished eating. I was like, oh my gosh, my stomach is so heavy. And I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like it's just heavier than it usually is. I just feel so fat. And she was like, well, you did just eat like a whole full meal. And I was like, I guess. So we left, we went home. And the next day I woke up with like these light cramps, like really light cramps. And I didn't think much of it. I was like, oh whatever, you know, you get stomach aches, cramps, whatever. I had ate a lot the day before, and we did a lot of walking. Like, we probably walked for like 6 hours. We did a lot of walking. So I was cramping and I didn't think too much of it. It was on and off. So my sister wasn't feeling too great from she got here. So I was gonna get her some medicine, and I had some other bits to pick up. So I did that. I came home, did what you usually do on a Sunday, chill or whatever. And like the day started to pass and the cramps would come and go and come and go, and I was like, all right, cool. And then it got to like maybe like 9 p.m. right, and I'm like, oh, my stomach is killing me, my stomach hurts so much. And my sister's like, I've been hearing you say that a lot today. Are you having contractions? And I just laughed, and she was like, is this fool really having contractions? And I was just like, I don't know. So we timed it, and they were about 12 minutes apart, and she was like, yeah, you're having contractions. And I just laughed because I was like, had my sister not been here, I wouldn't know I was in the early stages of labor. Like, I wouldn't know I was crying. Like, I wouldn't know I was having contractions. I was laughing, and then to make matters worse, like, I'd get a contraction and then I'd laugh. Like, the contraction would hit and I would laugh through the whole contraction. If the contraction was a minute, I'd laugh for that full minute. Like, listen, I was laughing off my contractions. Obviously it was early labor and they wasn't that bad, and my sister even started recording me laughing, and I was just like, oh my goodness. I was trying to like braid my hair down because my hair was out. I didn't want it to mat up. I'm trying to braid my hair and I'm laughing through my contractions. And my sister's like, you're a fool. Like, I don't know anyone that's ever laughed at contractions, but that's just me. A few hours passed and she's like, all right, I'm gonna go shower, continue to laugh at your contractions, and you know, in a few hours we'll go to the hospital. And we ended up going to the hospital at 4 a.m. Monday morning. So from Sunday night, my contraction started Sunday morning, I knew those contractions at 9 p.m. Sunday night, and then we went to the hospital Monday morning at 4 a.m. We got to the birthing suite, and my brother dropped us off, and he had to go to work, so he left us and he went to work. And he was like, you're not ready to have a baby, you're laughing, you're not in no pain. And I was just like, you never know. So we go to the birthing suite, they checked me, and they was like, you're 1 centimeter dilated, blah blah blah, there's nothing we can do, get out of here. And I was like, damn. So we went to the other side of the hospital because, as I said, my sister wasn't feeling well. And you know, they checked her in, did some tests, whatever, and I stayed with her until like 9:30, 9:45. And at that time my brother was at work. I don't know where my other brother was. I don't know either of my other two brothers were actually. My dad had a hospital appointment himself, and my one friend, I was on her way to work, and I called her and I was like, Faith, I'm at the hospital, I'm having contractions, I don't know if this is it. And let me tell you why I say Faith is my only friend. I've known this girl for what, maybe 6 or 7 years, and she has always been around through like everything. And this girl gets to work and she's like, my friend's having a baby, I need to go. And she left her job, got a taxi, and came straight to me at the hospital. If that's not a friend, I don't know what it is. Like, she got to the hospital and she stayed with me. They checked me out again. They were like, you still haven't dilated enough, you know, go home, get something to eat, have a warm bath or whatever, and come back once it's gotten, your contractions have gotten closer, or your mucus plug has gone, or you know, other telltale signs like water breaking or whatever. So I was like, cool. Left, and Faith came with me. She came home with me, and I had a bagel to eat, and I went to the toilet and my mucus plug had gone, and I wasn't sure what it was, and Faith had just had a baby the year before. So I called her and I was like, Faith, this is TMI, but what is this? And she told me. So we went back to the hospital. Still nothing had really changed. So then we went to go see my sister on the other side of the hospital, and I was just walking around like chilling. Like, everyone was like in the hospital, like nurses and stuff were like, are you sure you're okay? You like, you're ready to like give birth now? And I was like, no, I'm fine. Like, I'm not quite dilated enough. And I was like, okay, just be safe, because I was walking around the hospital instead of being like in a wheelchair or whatever. And my sister, you know, we checked on her, she was okay, and then we left. At this time it's about 6 p.m. and I was gonna get my brother to drop Faith, but I was gonna go home because we live in 2 completely different areas. And she was like, no, she'll get a cab. So she got a cab home, and then I went home. I got home and my cousin was here and had a bath. She brought me some food which I didn't eat, and I was just trying to relax, but obviously I couldn't because I was in pain. I was having contractions. And I went to the hospital again. My 3rd time going to the hospital now. I went to the hospital and I was like, listen, I am not leaving, okay? I'm not. So I need you to find me a bed, because I'm not leaving. And they found me a bed. So I stayed in the hospital, and my brother and cousin had dropped me, and I was like to my cousin, stay, and she was like, I can't stay, blah blah blah. So I ended up being in the hospital with myself, and I was actually so scared. I was petrified. So like I said, if you've seen my last video, you know that my mom's passed, and I was bringing my first child into this world, and I had no one with me. I was so scared. So I was like, I need something to sleep. I haven't slept. This time it's Monday night now. It's like 9 p.m. and I hadn't slept. I hadn't ate, and I was like, I need something to ease this pain. Like, I need to sleep, and I'm exhausted. So they gave me a shot in my butt. I can't remember what it was called. I think I fell asleep for like half an hour, and I think I peed myself. I think I peed myself because like I had been peeing so much. I was drinking gallon, like 2 liters of water. Like I was running through them like this. And I think when they gave it to me, I fell asleep and I ended up peeing myself, because I was going to the toilet before then, and it would just be trickles. And I was like, is my water? I text, like, we had a family group chat, so I text my siblings, and I was like, I can't stop peeing, like no matter how much I go, like it just doesn't stop. And my sister, who was also pregnant at the time, she was like, if it's just trickling and you can't stop it, then your waters may have gone. And I was like, oh, okay. So I got back in the bed or whatever, and my sister, who was in the other side of the hospital, who had came to this country to be my birthing partner, she discharged herself and she came over to be with me. And she came over at like 3 o'clock in the morning. She was like, you're not laughing now, are you? And I was like, no. The next morning, my brother brought us some food, and the hospital brought me breakfast as well. My brother brought, like, I don't eat protein, so he brought like chicken sausage, he brought eggs, plantain toast. He brought like both of us like 2 big ass containers of food. Safe to say I didn't eat mine. I also didn't eat what the hospital gave me. I think I just drank the juice. And I was like to one of the midwives, can you check me over, because you know the pain's getting intense, like it's, you know, it's getting less and it's getting to a point where I can bear it less and less. And she was like, no, I don't want to risk an infection, so I'm not going to check you out. And I was like, what? She was like, you're not in active labor yet, like you're not screaming, you're not doing anything, you're nowhere near ready. And I was like, bitch, what? How are you telling me about my body? I don't care that you're a nurse or a midwife or whatever. What? I may just have a high pain tolerance. Like, what you mean? Like, there was other women in there screaming their heads off. They didn't get to like a birthing suite or wherever they're supposed to be to have the kid until they was basically ready to push. Like, because this woman who's in charge was just being an utter bitch. Like, she was So a different woman came over and I was like, hi, can you check me out? You know, the pain's getting a little worse and a little closer. I just wanted to know how far I've gone. So she's like, yeah, of course, let me just do what I need to know, right back. So she went away, she checked my files or whatever, and when she checked me, she was like, you're in active labor, you're 4.5 centimeters dilated. This is at 10:30 in the morning or 10:15 in the morning. And I was like, yes. Because by this time I had been having pains for a whole day. And she checked me over. I was 4.5 centimeters dilated, and they was like, we're gonna get you gas and air, because I didn't want an epidural. So it's like, we're gonna get you gas and air, and we'll move you to a birthing suite because I wanted to have a water birth. They got me the gas and air, they gave me a ball to bounce on, and they took me to the birthing suite. I get to the birthing suite now, music's playing, like, it's like a huge tub, the tub's filling up, water's got a little ducky in there, cute or whatever.
It's almost time. They're filling up the tub. They got the rubber ducky. Yeah. What? No.
I'm delusional and I'm high.
Did you just ask if the ducky is alive? What did you ask? I'm sorry, what did you ask me?
I said, am I loud?
Oh no.
And I said, is there really a duck in there?
Yeah, it's a thermometer though.
Music's playing, I'm all hitting a bogle like, Listen, I am there brocking out. I'm half naked. I have on a shirt, like a vest and boxers, like boy shorts. And I'm there brocking out. Like it's carnival. Like I'm at a rave, like I'm at a party. And my sister was like, I have never seen anyone react the way you are in labor. Like, who does that? Like, who actually does that? Unfortunately, my blood pressure too high to have water birth. They checked my blood, I think like 3 or 4 times. They checked it over and over and over. And I was like, I don't think it's gonna change, because throughout the whole of my pregnancy, every time they checked my blood pressure was high. She's like, but you have been labeled as, I can't remember what it's called when you have high blood pressure through pregnancy. She was like, you haven't been labeled as that. And I was like, I don't know why. Like, they test me when I got there and they were like, oh, maybe it's because you've been walking or whatever, so we'll test you again in a few minutes. And when they tested me later, obviously it'd be low because I wasn't doing anything, but this time it seemed like it was going further up. and up. And she was like, unfortunately, I have to take you to the main hospital because we don't want anything to happen and we have no doctors on site to assist us. So I was like, cool. So we moved over to the main hospital, and there's like in a wheelchair, and I was like, no, I'm fine. So I walked over to the main hospital with the gas and air, just acting the fool, like you would not think I was in labor. Only thing, like I would stop and like bend over a little bit, but that was it. And so we get to the main hospital, they get me in the bed or whatever, and like a lot of it's hazy. Like I was high on gas and listen, when I say I was high, I was talking about stuff that didn't even make sense. Like I was so high, I was just babbling. So they hooked me up, and you know, the blood pressure cuff, the monitor around my stomach or whatever, and I think my dad came. A few people had started coming in, but like I said, I was high, I wasn't really there. And he had sat down, he had just got back from his hospital appointment. He came straight to see me, and my sister was like, Daddy, they're gonna check her, do you want to stay? And he got up, he was like, I'm tired, I've been up and down all day, I just come from my appointment. And I was like, I don't care if you stay, like that's your business. Because when I went to the hospital the second time, my brother dropped me with my cousin. He stayed in the room when I got checked out as well, but he was like behind my head. I was like, listen, I don't care, I truly don't care. So he got up and left, and they checked me, and I think I was at like 7 centimeters dilated at this time. And I don't even remember what time it was. I think it was like 5 or 6. And my dad had brought my sister some food. I still hadn't ate. I was starving. I was going through bottles of water like nobody's business. Like I had probably had 6 by this time. I wasn't dilating. So they was like, okay, we'll check again at 10. Was it 10? And they checked me again, and they was like, okay, bounce on the ball because that seems to help you, along with the gas in there, helps you progress. So bounce on here and use gas in there for the pain. So I was like, cool. So I was doing that, and the midwife, bless her, she was so nice. I can't remember her name. She put like the thing on my finger and my arm and my stomach, and I was like, I don't want this shit, and I just threw it. Like, I'm in all this pain and you restricting me of wires and shit? What? I was like, I don't want this, so I threw it, right? And she's like, alright, fine, just leave it off. So I was like, alright, I was just bouncing on my ball, right? And just going out with the gas in there. She was like, it's gonna be okay, don't worry about it, you can do this. I was like, fuck you. Oh my god, this woman was so nice, one black woman. And she was like, it's okay, I understand. And I was like, fuck off. Listen, I went from laughing to dancing to being a straight bitch. I was like, no, just pop me with a safety pin, get the doctors in here, tell them to cut me open. I don't want to deal with this shit no more. I was over it. Like I was over it. I wanted to cry. Like I'm there like trying to force the tears out. No tears are coming. Listen, I'm so over this. I had contractions this Sunday morning. It's Tuesday night, brother. Tuesday night. And I'm like, listen, I can't do this. I was like, alright, let's go home. I'm ready to go home. Shakia, let's go. I'm ready to go home. And she was like, you still have to have the baby. I was like, no, he's staying there. He's not coming out. I was like, I'm not giving birth to him. Like, no, I'm not doing this. I refuse.
What's wrong?
Can't go home.
You can't go home, Titi.
Why not?
Because you don't have the baby yet.
It's a home from this house.
Titi, relax.
I can't.
Okay, but you can't. You can.
I can't.
Yes, you can.
I cannot.
Yes, you can.
No, I
Titi.
cannot.
Yes, you can.
I can't.
You've done it this long.
No.
You have done it this long.
No.
Titi.
I want no. I'm gonna go home now.
You can't leave.
Until you have little baby.
Well, cut me open and let me take him out and let me go home. Why not?
Because we can't just give you a cesarean section.
Oh my god.
You're at the end.
And he's not coming out clearly. No, he's not.
He is.
No, he's not.
Breathe,
This is
baby.
too long. No. This has been hours. I'm over it. I don't want to do it
That's why
anymore.
it's called labour.
I don't want to do it anymore.
TT,
I don't care.
you can't just quit in the middle
Yes,
of
I
labor.
can.
The babies have to come out. They
No, he
have to come
doesn't.
out.
I was just going through it, and I was just sitting there like, I'm so over this. And I don't know, I must have fell asleep or something, because a lot of it is just hazy. My sister started recording me, I think, right after I told the midwife to fuck off, and I was just like, what was I doing with my life? Like, what was I really doing? Another midwife came in and she checked me, and they was like, have your water's gone? And I was like, I think so. I did wake up wet, and like I kept peeing, but it was just trickle, it wasn't really pee. And they was like, so it may have gone. So they checked me, and when they checked me, they broke my waters by accident, because they was checking me to see how far I had been dilated. And they broke my waters, and I could just feel like a warm sensation between my legs. I was like, what the hell? And so they broke my waters, and not so long after that, I started to push. I was pushing, and the woman was like, no, you're doing it wrong. And I was like, but I'm pushing. And she's like, you're pushing but holding, like you need to like let go and just push. And I was like, okay. And she's like, push like you need to poo. And then they're pushing and pushing and pushing, but once again I'm pushing but I'm holding, like I'm pushing but I'm clenching. And like I pushed so hard and so much that I burst blood vessels in my eyes. I looked like a damn person out of a Marvel movie, like with some crazy ass eyes. When I started pushing properly, I think I pushed like 3-4 times and he was out. And so I'm pushing, and she's like, okay, I can see his head, just push a little more. Push, push, push. She said, when I tell you to stop, just stop. Because I think it's called a ring of fire when their head is out. And she was like, okay, so his head's out, do you want to feel? And I was like, nope, I want him out. So my legs are up, right? My sister's on one side, my cousin's on the other side, the midwife's in front of me. I'm pushing, and then the ring of fire comes, and she was like stuck, but I kept pushing because I had a contraction. And that caused me to tear a tear my eye tore. And she's like, okay, breathe, and when the next contraction comes, push. And the next contraction came, and she was like, we're gonna deliver the shoulders, and I pushed, and he just came out. Like there was no shoulders in the rest of my body. That was his head, and then the ring of fire, and then he was out. That was it. I was just like, oh. Literally I would insert pictures, like my head just went back. Like I was so knackered. He came at 1:20 Tuesday morning, so I started having contractions Sunday morning. He didn't get here till Tuesday morning. My belly dropped Saturday night. Like I was in and out of the hospital 3 times. I went from laughing to dancing to screaming. Bruh. Listen, so I pushed him out. She put him straight on me. Literally, like had she not been so quick, he would have fell, because I don't think she expected him to just come out. So when I pushed to deliver the shoulders, he came out completely, and she just grabbed him and put him around on top of me, and I was just like, and my head just went back, and he didn't even cry. Like he was just chilling. He didn't even cry. His head was long, like this long, and because he had been in my birth canal for so long, and I was just rocking him like, and I think I was like, hey Mian, or you're right Mian, or something like that. My sister got to cut the umbilical cord, which I was so happy about. And I have thanked my sister over and over again, but I can't thank her enough for coming to a whole nother country to be with me, to help me deliver my first child. My sister's petrified, is petrified of flying. And her first ever flight, she flew 9 hours. 9. To come and be with me, to be my birthing partner for my first child. If that's not love, then I don't know what is. So thank you to Kia, thank you to Althea for also coming. Thank you to Faith for dropping everything and coming when I needed you. Thank you to my brother for constantly like bringing us food and coming to the hospital to make sure I was okay. So my after birth, right, the placenta. Listen, so this happened so quick, yeah. I don't know how people's placenta are left in. She put him on top of me, unwrapped the umbilical cord from around his neck, and then my sister cut it, and then she numbed me, and she was like, I didn't even push it out, like it was just out. And then another woman came in. She's like, okay, I'm gonna sew you up now. I told her, as I said. I was like, okay. And I was like, but I need to pee first. And she's like, okay, that's no problem. So she put something like some, I don't know what it's called, like some, it's like some thin thing. It's like very, very thin. She put it in me. Obviously, pee, your vagina and where you pee from are two different places, if you didn't know. So she put it in me, and I filled up 2 buckets with pee too. And they sent me to pee before I started pushing, and it was just trickles. And I literally filled up 2 buckets. I was like, the gas in there dries your mouth out, so you have to continuously drink water. So I was drinking water back to back. I was like, these big ass, I don't have any here with me right now, these big 2-liter bottles, I was finishing them. And I ended up filling up 2 big buckets of pee after I gave birth. And the midwife who delivered him was like, see, I told you it would be okay, I told you you could do it. And I'm just there like, bro, I'm exhausted. Like, she was so kind, she was so nice, and I can't thank her. And I don't know her, I don't remember her name. I had to check our documents and see what her name was, but she was so extremely nice, and I'm just so thankful to her and my sister and my cousin and my brother, as I said. And it's just, I find this, like, I look back at the videos and the pictures and I laugh my head off because I was so scared. I used to watch so many labor and delivery videos. Patricia Bright was the first person's labor and delivery video I watched. Actually, it was Latoya Forever, because I used to watch her videos. But when I searched like labor and delivery videos, Patricia was the first person video that I watched. And like, she had a really speedy delivery, but like, you hear so much, and I was scared. And especially the hospital that delivered that, there were so many horror stories. One of them I used to work with, they actually left her placenta in and she started hemorrhaging. Like, it was just so many horror stories, and I was petrified. And now I look back and I just laugh, and I would do it all over again. I honestly would, because I find it hilarious. Like, my sister was like, listen, if you ever want me to be a birthday partner again, I'm gonna need you to get the Epidural B. And I was like, nah. But I look back and I'm so grateful. I apologize for constantly looking in my viewfinder, but like, the lighting changes so often in my room that if I don't look at the viewfinder, I don't have a good idea of how well lit the video is. So I apologize for that. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I find my labor and delivery hilarious. I hope you did too.
Catch me on my worst side, nah, never. It's how a diamond shine bright and need pressure.